Hi everybody, it's Peter Stockdale, the host of the Spin Market Report. Are you looking for a new place to advertise your business? With over 85,000 YouTube impressions and 20,000 total streams across all platforms in the last 12 months, the Spin Market Podcast Network could be the prime space you've been looking for to advertise your business. Get a hold of Spin Market today and see what advertising on a podcast can do for you. Visit www.spinmarketwith2ks.com or email digitalagent@spinmarket.com for more information.
It's the Spin Market Report. Here's your host, Peter Stockdale.
Hey guys, welcome to the Spin Market Report. This one's a fun one. I sat down with a bunch of different students at the Fort Dodge Senior High Winter Career Fair 2024, and I talked to them about what they think about social media, what they think about websites. I mean, who else is there better to ask than a bunch of youngsters, because they're the ones that are on social media all the time. They're the ones that are actually the influencers. So we sat down, we interviewed a whole bunch of people. Over 50 students came by, and we talked to them on what their favorite social media is. What's more important, social media or a website? What's most important for a business? Things like that. We just kind of wanted to get them involved and see what they thought about it. Also gave them a shot to see what it sounds like to be on a podcast. There's so many interviews, we had to split it into two parts. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is just part one. I hope you enjoyed this. And check it out. This is going to be tons of fun. What do you think is the most important social media platform for, let's say, any company for marketing?
At this very second, probably TikTok, because it is the most widely used.
Yep.
And everybody in my generation and generations above continuously use it 24/7.
So you might not know this, but there are some industries that they won't let you use TikTok.
Really?
What about those industries? What's your second favorite then? Let's pick that one.
Instagram. A lot of people use Instagram, or Facebook. A lot of people also use Facebook continuously 24/7.
Do you think influencers have a good, do you think they're good at maybe say influencing or advertising, using advertising?
I think a lot of influencers continuously grow their platform and I guess show people what they're trying to put out. I think influencers are probably one of the best marketers because of how much they grow.
So what do you think is the most important social media for marketing for any company?
I think it depends on who you're trying to market to. I feel like if you're trying to market to younger generations, I think things like TikTok or Instagram are better social medias. And if you're trying to market towards older generations, I think Facebook would be a better social media to market towards.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. I think it really does depend on who you're trying to target, because I'd say maybe in the Midwest or the older people, it's Facebook.
Yeah.
In the mid-range, it's probably Instagram, and the younger they are, it's probably TikTok, right?
Yes.
So what's your favorite social media platform? Which one are you on the most?
Probably TikTok.
Probably TikTok.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I just downloaded TikTok.
Do you like it?
A couple months ago. I'm
it?
never on it. It's too busy for me.
Well, there's a lot of random stuff.
What do you think is the most important social media for, let's say, any company that wants to do some marketing?
It really depends on what the age range you're trying to look for and what exactly you're trying to market. If you want to do younger generation, I'd say TikTok or Instagram. And on those social media platforms, you can go to different groups or different places, depending on what you want to market, really. The age range is important, but what you're trying to market, I feel, is more important.
Do you think influencers are good for marketing, or do you think companies can just do it on their own without influencers?
I feel like influencers are extremely important. More influencers can be more trustworthy than others. It really depends on how their platform is and how well they've built their platform and their audience. And I feel like the bigger the influencer, the better it is for the company. And the company, depending on what they're selling and trying to market, should choose specific influencers that are well known in that space.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So which one do you use the most? What social media do you use the most?
TikTok.
It's TikTok,
It's so
of course.
embarrassing to be the Gen Z person to go, I'm on TikTok.
It's all I really use.
Well, I mean, I
love Instagram. I'm going to come out and say it.
I also love Instagram, especially for small businesses and stuff like that.
It's funny because I have an Instagram, but only for a business. I don't have one a personal one. So I've never had one. I have a TikTok, but only for a business. I've never had a personal one. So I'm one of those older people that only has Facebook. So it's kind of funny.
I follow colleges on Instagram. That's my demographic.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, that makes sense. High school kids are going to go to college here pretty soon.
A lot of colleges have Instagrams that they like post stuff on.
What do you think is the most influential form of social media for a company to utilize? Yeah.
I think it really depends on like what your target audience is, because like of course there are like different demographics for like each app, I guess. So like TikTok would mainly be like, I guess, like teenagers. Facebook would be like 30s to like 50s probably.
Yeah. So how about this one then? Do you think a company would be more beneficial to have like a good website or a good social media presence?
Again, I think it does like depend on like what you're selling, but I think like both are like equally important for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, why do you think? So like a lot of us just go on social media nowadays, but like why do you think websites are important then? Let me ask you that. Let me give you an example. Let's say you find this company and you're like, this is a really cool company. I wonder where they're from. They don't have it on their social media. You click on their website, it doesn't exist. Then what do you think about the company?
Nothing, really.
Yeah. So they kind of have to have a website.
Yeah.
Good or bad, they kind of have to have one. So my boss down there, Cheryl, she likes to call the website is like your digital like brick and mortar store. So like a lot of companies don't have like a storefront downtown anymore or whatever, but they have a website. You kind of have to have that because that's where everyone goes anyways, right? Yeah. What social media do you think is the most important for a business to have if they want to do some marketing?
I would say TikTok, just because you can get it all over in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I'd agree. What about if there's a company who works in an industry where they are not allowed to use TikTok? Because there are a couple industries that they don't allow. How about second best then? Let's ask that.
I would say either Twitter or Instagram.
Twitter?
Yeah, just because it has a lot of variety.
Yeah, you're the first person to say Twitter, and I agree. I used to use Twitter a lot. It was one of my favorites for a long time. So now let me ask you this one. Which is more important, a website or a social media presence?
A website.
A website, and why is that?
Because a website could help anybody figure out what you guys are talking about, figure out, basically just help with information they want.
Yeah, I mean, social media might be like buried down in a post somewhere, but on a website, it's usually pretty easy to find. What do you think is the most important social media platform for a business to have?
For a business to have,
yeah,
like right now?
Yeah, like let's say they want to do some marketing to people.
Like they just want to get out to as many people?
Yeah.
Then probably TikTok.
Probably TikTok?
Like if you just stay consistent on there, I'm sure you could get out to like a bunch of people.
You're probably right. There are a couple companies, like a couple industries where they don't allow the companies to have TikToks for whatever reason. So what about second best now? What's the second best? If you can't get on TikTok, what's the second best form?
Probably Facebook.
Facebook?
Well, it depends on what your demographic is. Like if you're trying to go for like people like I'm just going to say like older people, then you're probably going to want to go with Facebook. But if you want to like market towards like everybody, then go more like Instagram or something.
Yeah, I could agree with that. So now let me ask you this one. What about social media versus a website? What's more important?
Probably a website.
And why would that be?
Well, because if somebody like social media helps like random people find you, and like it's only like sometimes like they'll actually like click on you and be like, oh, these guys look cool. But with a website, like they're going to your website because they know they want to like they're interested in what you do.
Exactly. So I mean, like social media, they might be able to like find something you posted. It's kind of neat, but if they really want to find out more about you, usually they go to the website.
Yeah, the website's a better.
Yeah, 100%. So what's your favorite social media?
Hey, Cheryl.
What are you on the most?
Probably TikTok.
Probably
it's
TikTok.
It shouldn't be my favorite, but
well,
it's just kind of mindless.
I mean, it makes sense. I honestly don't have a TikTok, but when I'm on Facebook, I spend most of my time on the Reels section anyways. It's the same thing. So what's your favorite social media platform? Which one do you use the most?
Probably Instagram.
Probably Instagram. Nice. That's another one that I probably should use more, but I'm more of a Facebook kind of guy. So let's say if you're gonna start a company, what do you think would be the most important social media for the company to have?
Probably Facebook.
Probably Facebook. Why do you think Facebook?
Because a lot of the older generation and like people who'd be more interested are usually on Facebook.
Do you think those are the people with money, or?
It depends on your company, probably.
Yeah.
Because if you're marketing towards younger generation, you could do like TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah, like if you got like a sneaker company or something like that, you want to go that route. But if you're like a barber shop, maybe you're going to go towards, more towards Facebook or something. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked pretty much everybody here. If you had to choose what's more important, social media or a website, which one do you think is most important and why?
Probably social media, because that's how you like a good way to get like the word out there about your company or business.
Yeah, I mean, I could agree. I I usually find stuff on social media and then Google it. I don't Google stuff and then find it on social media. So
Yeah.
I agree with that. There's not. I grew up in the era before any social media, so websites used to be like the only way you could get stuff on the internet. But now everyone's on social media. You might as well just use that route.
Yeah.
What social media do you think is the most important for a business to have if they want to say market to other people?
I feel like the most social media that they can use is probably Facebook, because I feel like everyone uses it the most, and I feel like it's better though, because I feel like for like a business to like have Instagram or like Snapchat or anything else, I feel like it wouldn't be really appropriate, I guess. But I think I prefer them to use like Facebook and stuff.
You're the first person that has brought up Snapchat, believe it or not. So good job on that. I didn't even really think about that, but it is a social media, and I've seen businesses use it, but it does seem kind of weird when you're on their Snapchat. Like, what is this company that's downtown posted on Snapchat for? It just seems kind of weird, right?
Yeah. I feel like Snapchat is really weird though, because like I feel like you can't really like publish stuff there, or like you can't sponsor anything, because basically it's like you just message or like send snaps to people, or like you post stuff that you do in your daily basis and stuff like that, but you really can't really do anything on there.
Yeah, there's not really much of an archive on there. It just goes away after 24 hours and it's gone forever, So what do you think is most important, social media or a website, if you're going to start a business?
I feel like a website.
And why is that?
Because websites, I feel like, are easier to like. I feel like when you like search it up, you can like look up like reliable sources for anything, and I feel like websites are much faster than using any social media.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to hunt down the information on social media. Oh, they posted this. It was 4 weeks ago, so I got to scroll through 100 posts. So, it makes a whole lot of sense. So what is your favorite form of social media?
Probably TikTok.
Why TikTok?
Entertaining, I guess.
All
Post
right.
videos.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I watch a lot of Facebook Reels, so it makes sense. So if you're going to start a company, what social media do you think would be the most important to have?
Maybe like Instagram or TikTok, because I feel like a lot of younger audience and some older are on there.
Yeah,
it's like a mixture of both, instead of like Facebook's more like older people and all that.
I could see TikTok and Instagram being a good 1-2 punch for sure. So let's say you're going to do a website or social media. Which one would be most important if you're going to have a company?
Probably like a website.
Why is that?
I mean, because all your links are on there to like order stuff, like all that.
Yeah, 100%. One of the things I've been hearing a lot of people say is the information might be more reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I like that.
People could just download your stuff on TikTok and lie about it. So.
Yeah, just make a whole new account that kind of looks like you. Yeah, but everybody knows where, 4.seniorhighschool.com is. That's the one, so that's the one. What is your favorite form of social media?
I actually don't have any social media.
Woo!
Yes.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. So, how do you find out about it? Let me ask you that, because you're the first person that said they don't have anything. So how do you find out about stuff?
Mostly just like friends and stuff. And to be honest, I'm not worried about like knowing all this stuff. That's kind of like a good thing about it. You don't have to like be burdened with all like the problems or like just like the bad stuff. It's all filtered out. Like you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You don't have to see any of it or hear any of it. So
yeah, that makes me think you probably miss out on a lot of like being marketed towards. So like that could be good or bad. But how do you find out? Let's say how do you find out about something that interests you, like a sporting event or maybe clothes or like something that's happening on the holidays or something in town?
I do have like Google, I guess, but so if I need to look something up, I'll look it up.
Okay.
Or I hear from like people, so that's a good thing. Like it's more of like the interaction with people face to face. That's how I get most of my information too. So.
I actually like that. That brings up a good point, because if you go on social media, anybody can say, go to it's going to be cool, but if somebody actually had the energy to come up to you and tell you this is going to be a good movie, we should go watch it, you'd probably be more apt to go watch it then, right?
Yes, because then they're actually wanting to tell me that, so it must be more important.
Exactly. So I got one last question. If you're going to start a company, do you think it's most important to have a website, or do you think it's more important to have social media presence?
Well, I do know that social media is quite popular. But I do think like a website is more professional, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're both important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I've been hearing people kind of teeter-totter back and forth. Sometimes, like, social media is really good to get ideas out there, like,
Yes.
really quickly.
And attention.
Yeah,
Yep.
here, just grab people's attention. If you need more info, go back to the website.
Yes.
So something like
Yes.
that. So what is your favorite form of social media? Let me ask you that.
Based on time spent, probably have to go with YouTube.
Oh, it's awesome. First person to say YouTube, so that's
yes,
good.
I do not have TikTok, and I probably won't ever.
I just got a TikTok like 2 months ago, but it's for a business. And it's not for me. So that was the first time I was ever on TikTok, believe it or not. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, probably got to be YouTube, and then second place is Instagram for watching over mom's shoulder.
Yeah, I can see that for sure, yeah. So if you're going to start a company, what would be the most important social media that you think you would choose for that company to help market yourself?
It depends on what age group I'm shooting for. If I'm going for like millennials and older aged people, probably Facebook or Twitter would be important. But if I'm going for more young adults or youth, probably TikTok or Instagram would be my go-to, because that's where they tend to spend a lot of their time.
I can see that for sure. So last question is, if you're going to start a company, do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
Before social media got really big, I think a really good website would be more important, but now that social media is so big and people spend so much time on that, I think that a bigger social media following is better than a good website. You still want a good website, don't get me wrong, but having a lot of people know about you is half the battle.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, otherwise you have to try and blindly like find it on the internet, and then we're talking really deep marketing strategies like search engine optimization and using all the keywords correctly and
bribing Google to make it at the top of the page.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, it could be. It's such a fun thing because I've asked a lot of people that same question, and everybody kind of it's been flip flopping back and forth, and I can see where both are very important.
Yeah, and then once you're pretty well known, like everyone knows what eBay and Etsy are, like then you can work on really improving that website to perfection, just giving it that polished sheen.
That's 100%. I agree with that so much. I mean, you're bringing up the big ones, Amazon, like any of the big websites everybody always goes to. Yeah,
everyone knows what they are. You don't have to advertise for that. They still do. Trust me, my Spotify gives me way too many.
Man, I didn't even think about it. Spotify could technically be a form of social media. In
absolutely.
Man.
I mean, there's ads on it. You can see other people's playlists, other people's music. If that's content that they're posting, just like on YouTube.
Yeah, you can see bands' tour dates and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of social media is your favorite social media?
Probably Snapchat.
Snapchat, nice. There's a good one. So, if you're going to start a company, what do you think would be the most important social media to use to market to people?
Nowadays, TikTok.
100%. Most people in the world are on TikTok or something like that. That's the most popular social media right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's the last question I got for you. If you're going to start a company, do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
Nowadays, a big social media portfolio.
Yeah, I can see that for sure, because then that's where you get everybody's attention, right? And then you can send them to the website. Website probably still has to be good though, right? Yeah.
I mean, you got to get good quality and all of it.
Yeah, 100%. What social media is your favorite social media? What are you on the most?
I'd say Snapchat or TikTok.
Snapchat or TikTok? You're only like the second or third person to say Snapchat, believe it or not. That's
really?
wild. Yeah, it's weird. So if you're going to start a company, what social media would you choose to market to people? Which one do you think would be the most effective?
Probably TikTok, since like so many people use it.
Yeah, just based on sheer volume of people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's young people on there. I mean, like aunts and uncles are on there. Everybody's on there spending a lot of time on TikTok. I get it, because I'm on Facebook. I do the same thing as TikTok. I get on the reels, and I'm just on there for like an hour, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
You don't even realize how much time has passed.
If you're going to start a company, we've decided that social media is important for a company, but what do you think is more important, a good social media presence or a good website?
Probably, I feel like social media, just because nowadays, like everybody, this generation likes to watch more than read.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Yeah, I mean, especially you get their attention with the social media.
Yeah, you can make it like a lot more entertaining with like the video and like how long the video is and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you just had a website, not like going to Google, just like typing in like, that's not how it works. Everybody finds it all on social media. That's a good point. I like that. What is your favorite form of social media? Oh, yeah.
I'm not really on social media, so.
Oh, you're not?
Is text messaging, is that social media?
We'll just say it is. How's that sound?
Yeah, I try to stay invisible, so yeah.
So let's say you have a company, and you don't want your company to stay invisible, though.
Right.
So what social media do you think is most important for a company to have?
Whatever you guys think is important to have.
Well, I mean, we are the marketing company for sure.
We'll talk to you. Yeah, I don't know, probably X and Facebook and Instagram or whatever those would be that companies use that are successful.
Yeah.
Find out the ones that are successful, and let's not reinvent the wheel in that regard.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it could change by industry, though, too, you know? I mean, different industries could be more popular at different ones. Depends on kind of what your audience is going for, you know?
Yeah, it's probably keeping your finger on the pulse of all that, huh?
Yeah. So let me ask you this, then. Social media versus website, what's more important?
It seems as if social media is probably more important. I mean,
why do you think that is?
Because it's easily accessible, and it's now.
Yeah.
But I don't really know that because I'm not on social media, guys. I mean, I'm not making that up. I don't do anything with social media. So.
Well, you have your finger on the pulse, because I believe you. I mean, I would have to say social media, you get all the attention there, and then all the information is usually over on the website.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to have a good website.
Yeah, check out our website, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I heard that on the social media.
So what's your favorite form of social media?
Snapchat, actually.
Snapchat, nice.
Because I like watching like the reels and all that. And
yeah. I mean, isn't it weird that there's like that feature is basically on every social media platform, but everyone kind of has their favorite, whether or not they want to do it on Snapchat or TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube's got them.
Yeah.
Facebook has them.
Yeah.
Instagram. But yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, though. Yeah. So if you're going to start a company, what do you think would be the most important social media platform for your company to start?
Honestly, I feel like it would be like Facebook, because that's where most people like look for like jobs and all that, and because like if you look up like on like Google and you're looking for like a job and they don't have like a website, like that's the secondary source, I feel like.
Yeah, I would. If a company doesn't have a website, they probably have social media. So that brings me to my last question for you. Do you think it's more important to have like a big social media following or a really good website?
I feel like a really like big social media platform, because I feel like if you don't have like a very good website, because most people won't look at it, and like I'd say like they wouldn't be more interested, because most people are on Facebook and all that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, I think it's tougher to organically find a website than it is to find like a Facebook page. You know? That's kind of like the best part about social media. You kind of put the information out on blast.
Yeah.
But the website's kind of necessary, so you can have all the extra information there.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of social media?
I'll probably say TikTok.
Why is that?
I don't know.
just most fun to be on, or
yeah.
You probably spend the most time on it?
Probably.
Yeah, I can see that. So if you're gonna start a company, what would be the most important social media for your company, do you think?
Facebook.
Why do you think Facebook?
Because a lot of old people and like young people use it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good mix of people on there, you know, and it seems to be the one that has the most information on it, I would say. If you have a company, do you think it's more important to have a big social media presence or a really good website?
I feel like a really good website.
And why is that?
Because maybe people can find resources and maybe go find and try it out.
Yeah. I mean, social media, that's where that kind of like, you kind of get their attention, you know, but then you got to go to somewhere else to get more information. That's what the website's for. What's your favorite form of social media?
Well, I don't really have a phone right now, so my favorite form of social media would have to be YouTube.
YouTube, all right. If you're going to start a company, what do you think is the most important social media for like a company to have if they want to do marketing and like talk to people out there?
I would have to say like Facebook.
Facebook? Why do you think Facebook?
Because my mom actually owns her own business, and she works down by the courthouse. It's called Luminous Spa in Campo. She
cool.
Actually started that not too long ago.
Look at you. Where's yours?
Nice. That's good promotion. I like that. So Facebook works really good for her then.
Yes, she uses Facebook and TikTok mostly, but she gets most of her things through Facebook and or Instagram.
Nice. So do you think it would be most important to have like a really good social media following or like a really good website?
A really good website. She also actually has her own website up right now too.
Cool. What is your favorite form of social media?
Probably YouTube. You can learn a lot of things on there, a lot of videos, a lot of entertainment, movies, TV shows, everything.
You can learn a lot of stuff on there, and it's also very entertaining.
Yes,
so it's brilliant. So if you're going to start a company, what do you think would be the most important social media for a company to have?
Probably TikTok, since it's you get on a lot of algorithms that way, and because of short-term content. Yeah. People will just see your content, or they can swoop past it, and you'll get on a lot more. Like I said, a lot more algorithms, a lot more people see your stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like you get a whole bunch. It's just like you're posting mini commercials almost.
Yeah, and it's almost like a snowball. Like after some people see it, it just like more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah,
just thousands.
So this is the last question I got. So let's say you have a company. Do you think it's more important to have a really big social media presence or a really good website?
Probably a really big social media presence.
Why is that?
Because most people are on there, right? So more people are going to see your stuff. It's free advertising because people are going to be reposting and sharing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about the reposting and sharing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite form of social media?
Just like messages.
Really? Just message? Oh, that's awesome. I like that. That brings me back. I'm a little older than everybody that I've been interviewing, so that kind of makes me feel normal, because that's what I started out with, was messages. Text messages when they came out were huge.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have a company, though, what do you think would be the most important form of social media for your company to have if you wanted to do marketing?
Like Instagram, TikTok, something where you can like show what you have.
Oh, I like that. The visual aspect, that would be very eye-catching for people, especially if you have, like, let's say a restaurant or like clothing company or things like that. That's a visual thing. All right. So now last question is, let's say you have a company. Do you think it's more important to have a really good social media following or a really good website with all your information?
Website.
Why the website?
Because it can show like how to get a career there and every single thing that you offer and more about the company.
Absolutely. What's your favorite form of social media?
Entertainment.
Yeah, anything like that.
Like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, those are the big ones. They get like the reels and things like that on there, or whatever they call, I don't know. They all call them something different. There's reels, there's shorts. Everybody calls it something different. So let's say you're going to start a company. What do you think would be the most important social media for your company to have?
Maybe Facebook, Twitter. Try to get exposure.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Facebook. It seems like there's the broadest range of people on Facebook. All right, last question for you. If you're going to have a company, do you think it's more important to have a really big social media following or a really good website?
A really good website.
And why is that?
So when people look you up, they could like all the information that they need to see is on your website.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, social media, sometimes there's like doppelgangers. There's like more than one of the thing, and you're like, which one's the real one? But everybody knows eBay.com is eBay, so that makes a lot of sense. What is your favorite form of social media? What are you on the most?
TikTok.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I'm not like everybody else who goes like 4 hours a day. I just usually do it when I'm like waiting to do something else. Like if I'm playing the video game, I'm like loading on a screen.
Okay.
I'll just go on TikTok real quick and then put it back down.
Yeah, that's
nice. And if I'm not on TikTok, then I'm probably like eating, watching a movie.
Actually,
something like that. Yeah.
Actually out in the real world doing something.
Yeah, because TikTok for me is just like a little thing I go on real quick if I'm like waiting for something, and that's it. It's not like an actual like primary source like Netflix to entertain myself, because I feel like TikTok is kind of like bad for you, because it's always like giving you a bunch of things, like random stuff to watch, and it's like addictive.
Yeah. So you got a company, you decided you're going to do social media, but do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
I think a big social media, because you're going to get, most people are always on social media. There's a lot of teenagers, young people out there on social media, even adults too. That's why you see them like on Facebook. So if you're able to get really popular on social media, like a bunch of followers, then they'll be able to look at your stuff from there. But if you were to do a website, I don't think it'd be as easy as it was if you had like a social media platform with a bunch of followers, and it feels like just really popular. And
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like the social media is almost what pushes people to websites nowadays. Yeah. So what's your favorite form of social media?
Reddit's kind of blowing up now, but informational type rather than short form content.
Okay.
That's just kind of frying our minds.
Yeah.
I like to read.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I did actually hear somebody say like YouTube was fun because you can learn you can learn stuff on it. You can kind of choose what you want to learn, and I didn't really even think about it like that.
I think I agree with that though. Yeah. YouTube, because it's still popular, it's still relevant. There's so much on it.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, how do I take the center console out of this model of car? Somebody's done it and they videotaped it. It's already out there.
Yeah. That's what my dad says when he's working on engines or car or whatever. Find it on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. YouTube certified, we used to call that.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're gonna have a company, what do you think is the most important social media platform for a company to have? Like, let's say they want to do marketing or get the word out.
The most popular at the time, or at least the ones with the most influence on maybe new coming students our age that are making a new future. If they get to know about it, then it almost cements their influence.
Yeah, 100%. So which one do you think is the biggest that for like maybe people your age?
TikTok. For how long it lasts, the bill to get rid of it this January 19th. I don't know how long it'll last, but now it's TikTok.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, last question is, let's say you have a company. Do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
A social media following.
Why is that?
That guarantees that people will actually look at it, because you can put a lot of effort and a lot of time into something, but then the lack of following leads to lack of influence.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, especially like, how easy is it to go blindly find a website?
Yeah.
Like how many times do you accidentally stumble on something cool on social media? So, I mean, if you do that, then you can just, here's my website. Now
And
you
then
can
the
click-
website.
Then the website. I like that. What's your favorite form of social media? Like, what are you on the most?
Snapchat easily. I don't really use anything other than that. I use TikTok, obviously, but it's not like talking to people really. It's mostly just watching videos, I'd say.
Even on Snapchat?
No, I mean on TikTok.
On TikTok, you're mostly
I'm
just watching
videos, and then Snapchat's the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
talking to people a lot more on that. than
100%.
anything else.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, let's say you have a company. What would be the most important social media for your company to have if you wanted to like make the most impact?
I think impact-wise, it'd have to be probably either Instagram or Facebook. Those are like the two really big ones. And then I feel like there's also a lot more people on those. Snapchat, you don't really get that much like advertisement, I guess. But like those two, you can really do stuff. And you might, there was like some random parent, because parents are mostly going to be the ones that do all that stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'd say,
I like
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I mean, that's, around here, especially in the Midwest, that's what that's what most people on. Instagram, Facebook, biggest two.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously your guys' generation, TikTok's huge.
Yes.
But so let's go. I got one more question for you. All
right.
You have a company. Do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
Ooh, that's a hard question, actually.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I think it might be social media at that point. Having a really cool social media account, that just gives you so much popularity, even if you don't like the company. Like, I'm thinking sports right now, like just random like sports, like NFL teams, they'll have a really cool TikTok or something. I'll see it and they're like, oh, this is really cool. And then I just, the website, it's cool, but it's not something that I'm on very often, I guess.
Yeah.
But you also get the link if you're on the social media, though. Yeah,
that's what it is.
I think that's the big piece there.
Yeah, You got to draw them in with the social media and then send them over to your website. Because like, well, this is all the fun stuff. That's all the real professional information is right over here.
Now, after talking about that, I think it's a tie between both. There's no really. I don't think there really is a better one.
I mean, you kind of have to have both. The thing I like to explain to people is like, let's say somebody posted a month ago about something on Facebook, and you want to go find that. How easy is it to find? It's not always easy to find it. You have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, but if it's already on their website, it's like, oh, well, their phone number's right on their website.
It's right
there.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, what's your favorite form of social media?
Say TikTok.
And why is it TikTok?
I mean, it's just like I can talk to my friends on there. They send me some videos, and like there's a lot of sports stuff that like helps with highlights and stuff, I'd say.
Let's say you're going to start a business. What would be the most important form of social media for your business? Let's say you want to go market to people and get the word out.
Honestly, I'd probably say like TikTok and Instagram probably are pretty big for like a lot of marketing things use that for just like spreading their business. Like say they have a clothing brand, they post their shirts on there, it gets a lot of followers and views.
Yeah, I mean that'd also be a good way to maybe hit up like an influencer and be like, here, wear our shirt. I'll give you a little bit of money, and that's like advertising too, and you don't even have to make a post for it. So if you're gonna have a company, do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
I think honestly a really good website, because like you want to get the consumers like involved in like, you want them like intrigued in what you have on there and stuff, and you want like just good marketing campaigns and all that.
Yeah, I mean, when we were talking, if you have no social media, the website almost kind of doesn't matter, you know. I mean, it's hard to find a website organically just kind of for fun.
Yeah.
But it's really easy to find like a fun social media account. You know, that's way easy. Then once you're entertained, it's just like, well, what's this all about? Here's our website. Go find out more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little 1-2 punch there. What's your favorite form of social media? Like, what are you on the most?
I'd probably say I'm on the most TikTok, but I like Instagram the best because it has pictures, videos, reels, all that, and TikTok really just has like the reels kind of aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, I find myself on Facebook using the reels a lot. If you have a company, what would be the most important social media for your company to have? Like, let's say you want to do marketing, you want to get the word out. What's the most important?
Probably Facebook or Instagram. I like Instagram because I know how to work it well.
There you go. So what are some other reasons? Like, why do you think people would gravitate towards those two the most?
Because like you can have other people repost like your post, your company's post. You have a lot of people just like repost it, so like more and more people can see it.
They're the ones doing the free advertising.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good point. That's a really good point. All right, last question is: so you have a company. Do you think it's more important to have a really big social media following or a really good website?
I'd probably say for just starting a business like small and you get your name out there, I'd probably say social media. Because if you just have a website, it's hard to get the website out there, like to know. And you have social media, like you have friends, family repost and you get bigger.
Oh yeah. I mean, that tied back into what you said before.
Yeah.
People sharing your stuff. It's a lot easier on social media than it would be if you just had like a website. You know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite form of social media?
I'd say probably TikTok or Instagram.
Those are the ones you're on the most.
Yeah.
Why are they your favorite?
Instagram, like, I don't know, like some of the reels I've been seeing on there when I'm just scrolling, they're so funny.
Yeah. I mean, I find myself getting sucked in, you know. It's like you almost want to see like, oh, that one was funny, and you scroll 2 or 3 more and you're like, well, I got to get to the next funny one, you know, or the next one that entertains me, whatever it happens to be, sports highlights, whatever you like, you know. And they seem to do really good on that too, of sending you what you like to see.
Yeah. Sometimes the algorithm though, it can get a little bit different. Like when it tries to give me new stuff, sometimes like it just...
Yeah, like I watched somebody, you know, whatever, fold a balloon animal once, and now I have like 40 people, like magicians folding balloon animals just showing up on here for no reason, and I just because I watched one, you know, that's my least favorite part about the algorithm, I think. So let's say you're going to start a company. What would be the most important form of social media for your company to start if they want to do some marketing?
I'd say probably something like Facebook or probably Instagram, because I feel like those are the 2 biggest with like adults, so it'd be easier to get the word out there to people who can like actually invest in my company other than kids.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so now you got this company. Do you think it's more important to have a big social media following or a really good website?
I'd say if you have a big social media following and a small and not really good website, people are going to go there, but they're not going to really like use your information and like take it in and consider buying your product or whatever your company is. But if you really have like a good website and you aren't very advertised, you can still build up advertisement.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the website is kind of like where all the official information is, you know, and that's where, like you said, if you find something entertaining on social media and it's like, well, now I got to go to the website and see what's going on there. So you kind of have to have both a little bit,
right?
You know, but they kind of just lean on each other, I think.
There you go, everybody. That's part 1 done of the podcast. That's going to be so fun to come back here, listen to part 2. Make sure you share this with your friends. Subscribe, like, comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know who had the best answers, who had some of the most fun answers. That's another one that's good. So wherever you're listening to this, leave it a comment. Let us know. Go to the social medias and let us know what you think. All the links are down below. And yeah, we'll see you next week for part 2. This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.